Hey everyone, hi, welcome. This is Remix and Jam, and the idea of Remix and Jam is to, you know, take a look at past videos and sort of like try to just go over the project in Unity and, just answer questions from you guys, which is always awesome. So I'm just gonna read some comments. Hi everyone, right? I'm so happy to have you guys here. Honestly, it's so great that so many people are watching. I'll just answer some questions and then we can jump up straight up to Unity. So a lot of people saying hi to everyone. Flash Kirby, Josh, Nitesh. Then Lisa asks, have you ever thought of having a second channel dedicated to longer full length tutorials? Thank you for your question, Lisa. That's a good question. I don't think I ever thought about that. Mostly because I don't see myself as, like the person that does perfect code, like all the perfect, like just like the best ways to make code less expensive and all of that. But I think that will be cool. Yeah, I will think about it for sure. And then Name Too Long asks, what are your thoughts in this past E3? Oh man. In general, like I think it was okay, but Nintendo's presentation was just breathtaking. It was insane. Honestly, I'm so hype. Breath of the Wild 2, a lot of DLC characters for Smash that I'm excited to. I've grown up playing Banjo-Kazooie, so that was pretty cool. What else? But yeah, I loved the Nintendo Direct, which was pretty cool. I asked before, but I'm not sure you saw it. Is this stream going to be archived? Yeah, I mean, so I think that like I used to like I try to make my live streams unlisted. So when you press the bell and when you subscribe, you will get notifications when I'm streaming, and you can always access that notification. But if a lot of people want to, I can make it completely public. You know what I mean? Like I'll think about it. I'll think what I'll do. And then Flash Kirby asks, what has been your personal favorite Mix and Jam project so far? Oof. That's I like to say I enjoyed the first one a lot because it's the one that got it all started, and it's sort of like this. It's a menu, but it's also 3D, and it has a lot of movement and feel. So the Mario Odyssey one, which is one of the games I enjoyed the most on the Switch. Yeah. But anyways, I definitely like this to be public. I can't always watch it. Love Mix and Jam, by the way. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. What is Remix and Jam? So Remix and Jam is the idea that I'm going through videos, which I mean is like a live stream. We're gonna answer questions from you guys, just talk with you, chat and hang out, and we're gonna take a look at Unity. We're gonna be like this. Yeah. Oh my god, Josh, thank you so much, Josh, for your donation. I love this channel so much. You're my inspiration for learning Unity. Thanks. Oh my god, that is so sweet. Honestly, thank you so much, man. That means so much to me. Thank you, man, for this message and donation. So cool. And then Carol says, I'm thankful for encountering your channel around a week ago. Love what you do, just enough content to lead us into making our own games while hitting enough to go on our own route. Please keep it up. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. This is great. You guys are lovely. Your mic is muted. Oh, thank you so much. I'll fix that right now. Just a sec. There you go. I was so sorry about that. We got that fixed. So yeah, Remix. We're gonna take a look at the Zelda project. So the Zelda project. The good thing about this project is it's mostly based on particles. So like So the idea here is that we won't see much of code, but we'll focus instead of like particles. So we'll go over like most of the particles here. So you have like this like stretch line 1, and you can see the preview on the lower side. Please let me know if everything's okay. So like just audio and then screen resolution or anything. But yeah. And then someone is asking, how did I got the idea of starting a channel? And that person is Salah. Hi Salah. So the idea was just like I wanted to find a way to engage with the community, the game development community, and share things I was learning, and at the same time something that I could practice too. And I always enjoyed video essays, YouTube community, just like YouTube things. And then like yeah, I've watched a lot of YouTube content like Extra Credits, Mark Brown, Game Maker's Toolkit, and that got me inspired, you know. And then I just did it. But anyways, so we're going to go through the particle system here, which we're gonna like try and see how I got this effect of this like stretch line and this spiral thing, right? The thing, and then just more this like this very like shiny center, and then the circle that goes and then shrinks into like the center. And I'll try to do my best to like look at the screen and then look at the chat. But this is the flash one. You know, there's a bunch of particles here that I can go through all if you guys want. I really enjoyed this one, like the really fast, like this is while the fire arrow is charging in your hand, right? And then there's the after circle, which is just when the arrow is released. So yeah. So there's a couple things I want to talk before I even start going through those particles. So yeah, of course I can read more questions, and there's one thing that's super important. The channel has been growing a lot, and it's honestly just like it's warm. Like I just love it. Like it means so much to me that a lot of people are enjoying my content. And right now we're almost reaching the 50,000 subscriber count. So I can literally open up here. Oh, there you go. So yeah, I mean, we can reach, like, it would be so awesome if we could reach the 50K today. It will make me so happy. So if you know anyone that enjoys game development and enjoys the content, or even if you're yourself or you're not subscribed yet, that'd be awesome. Like that would help me a lot, and that will make me super happy. I won't lose a lot of time on that, but yeah, I'll just read some more questions. And of course, before I forget, if you like the idea of the channel and you want to support in some way, we also have the Patreon for Mix and Jam, and that's where people are helping me to like keep going and then keep improving on the content, the feedback, video suggestions, and all that stuff. So you know, if you can, don't, it's not something, because videos, the Mix and Jam videos will always be free, and the source files will always be free. But if you consider, like, if you want to and you can, you should consider helping to the Patreon. Anyways, what questions do we have here? Thank you, Adrian, for saying that I deserve it. Thank you. Jersey, is that how you say it? Anyways, Jersey, when did you first start learning? I think it was like 4 years ago. Specifically Unity, it was like 4 years ago. And then ARI says, really appreciate your content, your channel, sorry. You and your channel. Just beginning to dip my foot into game development, and you have been wonderful during the hours of frustration. Oh my god, that's so sweet. I hope your hours of frustration, you can transform them into like productivity and just like practice. But don't feel obligated to like, just be comfortable with like your pace. Don't worry about that. I hope you can become like a huge, awesome game developer, and I think you can already be. Then Sebastian says, hey, what is your education background? Your content is awesome. Thank you, Sebastian. My education background is, I have a design background. and then midway through my graduation I focused on code, not necessarily like back-end code, just like game design code for prototyping and that sort of stuff. What sort of techniques would you use to change this fire to a low poly, flat, and geometric artistic style? Ask Woo's BMC. If we, I will go back to Unity just so I can answer that question. So for instance, like you have this line particle here. So what happens with particles usually, let me just create a new particle here. This is a particle system. So usually particles are just like images, right? Yeah, like it's tangentiating a bunch of images. And like one cool thing that the particle system can do is that you can change that. Instead of being images, you can do like a mesh. So as you can see here, it's like a cube now, right? So in a low poly game, I think it would be interesting if you could do like that sort of thing. Let me just change the material to something like this. See, like if you do things like this, let me just reduce the size here. Whoop. Right? And then you can do explosions, you can do fire. And I think that's how I would adapt it to make it work with low poly. You know what I mean? Basically, yeah. What else? What questions do we have? You should try and make your own game. It would be so cool. Thank you, man. Yeah, I try to make some games. I have I'm not very great at I like doing it alone. I do like to work with teams. But yeah, I will make a game someday, hopefully. Yeah, I hope so. Predator, thank you so much for your donation. Plans for DMC. Oh, I know what you mean now. Okay, plans for DMC style switching. Thanks for the videos. Oh, you mean like the Devil May Cry style switching? That's a pretty cool idea. Thank you for your donation though. That's so sweet. Yeah, I do get a lot of ideas nowadays. So what I do is I write them down in a block, like a note block, and I keep all those ideas. So I'll take a look into that, idea. I get a lot of Devil May Cry suggestions, so I definitely want to do that in the future. But yeah. Flash Kirby asked if I participate in game jams, and there are any you would recommend. Yes, I do participate in some game jams, like Global Game Jam. Global Game Jam is great. The whole world unites to make games and have a fun time. And the other one I recommend is the Game Maker's Toolkit game jam. It's the one from the YouTube channel called Game Maker's Toolkit, and it's last year's was pretty cool. I didn't participate. I didn't have enough time. But his channel is pretty cool, and the game jams usually are pretty cool. But yeah, and also Mix and Jam will have a game jam in the future. And if you guys have suggestions for that, you can totally hit me up on the comments or Twitter. But the idea of the Mix and Jam game jam is what I'm thinking is that it's similar to what we do in the videos of like recreating something and then prototyping that. The Mix and Jam game jam could be something like recreating some mechanic from some game and then using that as a whole context, I mean not a whole context, sorry, a part of the game. So you know, that'd be cool. So anyways, what else do you guys want me to like check out particles and stuff, or you guys just want me to just like talk over it while because I can go through how I did this. I can just show you, like, we can play around a little bit with the actual prototype first. Because, yeah, of course, why don't we just shoot some arrows? Come to Brazil? Maybe one day. Yeah, so this is the Fire Arrow prototype. And honestly, the main reason why this looks so like good and like satisfying is because of the post-processing. And post-processing is very important. Like, it's not the #1 solution, I would say. Like, it's not just about like pumping up post-processing, but I think you have to have the right art style and just like effects, and then pull that up together with the post-processing. So if you guys want to, I can go through the particles in this video, but like it really just depends on you guys on like how do you want this to go, and then if you guys want me to go over most of the particle effects. What else are you guys talking? Try making the ice arrow just like the fire arrow. That's a good idea. Why not? It's very similar, right? Like in the game, I think it changes a lot of the sound because it sounds more icy. But we can do that. We can totally do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll just make a new folder for that. So ice, right? So let's take a look at like the effect as a whole. So it first starts with this line emission, right? I get a lot of questions on how do I do that, right? Like the line emission. So why don't we just create a new particle system, and I'll show you how I achieve that. So in the particle system, this is the default thing that happens, right? It's just like if you go to emission here, shape, you'll see that's just a cone emitting upwards. And then what I usually like to do first is that I like to change it to a sphere, because then, you know, doesn't really matter the direction you're going, it's just a sphere. And then of course the speed of the particle, it's 5. That's the default value, so it's just throwing out. Let me just stop to read a comment that's, you know, sweet. Angel says, I adore your channel. What you do is take ideas which already have been worked out or artistically existing preconceived ideas and show how quick it is to implement them technically. Thank you, that's so sweet. Yeah, I think that's super cool. I think that's study cases and checking out things from games you like, and, you know, breaking them, like doing reverse engineering is very cool. You know, it's pretty cool. The idea, of course, is that it's not supposed to be like, oh, this is how easy you're making it. No, like the idea behind it is just to show, like, just to engage community, like, oh, this effect here, this is how I approach it. You know, like it's just like the game set, like the name says, it's just like experimentation and fun. But thank you for your comment. That's sweet. You don't need to pronounce my YouTube name, by the way, but you should try recreating something from Dragon's Dogma. It has some really interesting attacking spells. Oh, okay. I never played Dragon's Dogma. Huh. But I will check that out later. I'm 24 years old. Asexual? I don't, yeah. That's how I. But anyways, so I do a circle, right? A sphere emission. And on this sphere emission, one thing we do is like we go right down and then we go to render to make the stretch lines effect. You see that render mode billboard, and then I change this to stretched billboard. So what it does is it stretches the images. Like, of course there's like plenty of ways you can do this, but I think this is like probably the easiest one. So it's already starting to like stretch. I'll just make the speed a little bit slower so we can like easily, okay, so I'll just do 1. You can see that it's a little bit more like stretched. Did you make your logo yourself? I did. Yeah, since I have a design background, I know how to use like graphic programs. So I did the Mix and Jam logo, and I even did the intro on After Effects, because, you know, like I wasted like a day long, but I managed to do that. I will save the stream, yes. And then, you know, once we go to the stretch billboard, we can just change the length scale here, property, and you see that like it already makes that super, you know, strength. And then like what happens here is that if you're like making it stretch, and if you reduce the size, it's gonna make the line thinner. So for instance, like just like this, for instance, like let's put it like start size, we'll just like 0.2. So let's say like we just pump up that, see, and then we can even make it thinner, like 0.1. And then that's the first effect. That's basically it. Like, of course we have to fiddle around with like some some aspects of it. For instance, like this rotation. Instead of a sphere in the actual game, it's supposed to be like a circle, like you can see here, right? And then like we could do lifetime, and then if we change the speed of this, you can see that like it will make it far away, but let's just keep it that way like it was. Whoa. Does an effect like this in a game affect performance? I mean, if you do a lot of particles at the same time, it probably will, but if your particles don't use any collision calculation or anything, I think you'd be fine. But you know, it really depends. I think it's not like you're not supposed to only like tackle particles as a solution for everything, but you can use them effectively, you know. So for instance now, so this is the usual material for things, right? For the particle. But for instance, let's just say like create the ice material. So we'll create a new material. It's just ice, right? And then we're gonna change the shader from the material to this particle one, and then you can just press standard unlit, right? And then we can drag that particle to the particle system, right? So what it does is, you know, it's not properly set up, so we need to set that up. So but it's already using the material we just got. So what we need to change here is that we need to change the rendering mode to additive. Sorry, before we even do that, we need to change the albedo image, so we can just use the same image as the one in the default particle system. So if we change the albedo, you will see that like it's still bringing that, you know, black part of the image information. So you need to change that to fade, the rendering mode to fade, so it makes that, you know, it gets the information from the you know, black part of the information and then takes it off as an alpha. And then color mode, we can just do additive, which for those of you who use Photoshop, it means that, you know, it keeps adding light. The more white, the more brighter. But yeah, and then like it already looks good because it has the post-processing effect. So I'll just remove the post-processing, because when you create materials on this shader that Unity enables the standard unlit, it already has an HDR color. So an HDR color will emit the color in a nice way, and then it already looks pretty cool. So in order to do the eyes, for instance, you could go to the material and just change the emission color, as you can see right here, and then just go like blue, something like, and you can increase the intensity, right? You can see right here that it will make it the blue more intense depending on the intensity of the color. So that's how you approach it, right? That first effect. And that's like pretty easy. Like if you wanted to, you could just change the ones in the fire arrow, and you can change that. But I like to use the stretch billboard. So Pat says, I like using velocity scale in addition to length scale. So the stretch is based on velocity for tracer-like effects that change speed, like sparks. That's pretty cool. We can test that right now. So to use it in addition to, let's try that. Velocity. How do you do that? Like, is it like velocity scale? Is it somewhere around here? If you could tell me, we could just live try this right now. But anyways, I can just move plus velocity scale. Oh, you mean speed scale? Okay, gotcha. Right, yeah. I probably use that too. I do like I do mess around a lot with it. So what I would suggest is that we hide this right here, and then we could just take a look at the particles here. And so for instance, this is the final result, right? it has like a little bit like less lifetime, and it fades away with this property. It's called color over lifetime. So if you check out the gradient, it's supposed to show up and then disappear after a while, and then zoom. So if we go and then change the material of this one to the line one, there you go. You have a cool ice effect. At least on the lines, because the rest is not ready for the line effect yet. But we could do that. We could just apply, let's just do that just for fun. So we could just apply that material to everything. So we got this one, which is also, you know, shiny effect. And then we got the center. So let's change the material to the ice one. There you go. That's gonna look wild just because the intensity is so big. So maybe one. Yeah, maybe like that's gonna look better. What else? We got the flash. Wait, that's just, oh yeah, the circle. We also have to change that circle emission. Whoop. There you go. See, like for that we need to create another material because the albedo has to be different. So the albedo I was using in the other material was just the normal default sphere. So you can create your own images for particles, right? So I did this one. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just a circle. If we use that, we have another material that the albedo is a bit different, and I can use that to the circle particle, which is, when I say circle, it's just this like thing, yeah, just this little circle that shrinks. Good night, Carlos. Good to have you here. And then I don't know how to read this name, but you're a monster, dude. Thank you so much. You're a monster. I feel like Kenny Reeves on E3. You're breathtaking. Yeah. In the end of the live, please don't delete this video because I arrived late. So, oh, no problem. I'll make it public. It's okay. Since this one is mostly focused on particles, I'll make it public. Yeah. Oop. Let's just keep up changing all of the. So this flash one, oh yeah, this is just like a big flash. Then you got this center after, which is gonna change for that. Then you get this one, which is also gonna be ice, and then the circle after, which is gonna be the circle one again. And those particle effects are just the one from like the prepare phase. So when you are preparing your, you know, your effect. So that's a prefab I made. So if I apply it, so I'm just gonna apply it all to the prefab. You guys gonna see that like there's a bunch of things missing still, because there's other particle systems. But yeah, oh, there you go. See, it's still ice and fire, just like Game of Thrones. But we'll change it just it looks like ice. I wonder why that the other one didn't change. I'll just check it out right here. So on my player, I have the particles for prepare. Oh, maybe it's because this version of the particle wasn't changing because it's on the player. So, okay. Okay, it's almost there. So, oh yeah. So you mean like an unlisted video and then I can put the lives on there? That's a pretty good idea. I like it. I like it a lot. Cause I rather do that instead of it being on the way of, you know, the other videos. So what else do we need to change here? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, nope, I think that's okay. Yep. Are you developing this effect? Yeah. There's my second video from my channel was all about this. So, there you go. Nice. And then of course, like this is going to look awful because there's another prefab which we all need to change to make the ice effect, right? We can do that right now. Those are just prefabs I made that I can change on the fly because of course I instantiate an arrow prefab to launch it away. So so yeah, let's just do that. So we got the, is it arrow debug? I don't even remember. I think it is, yeah. So the arrow debug, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you see that so I'll need to create a new material for that, because I also made a custom image for this one. So like, this is the custom image I did, and so we have to go to the prefab here, and then you got this one, and then just apply my new material with the same image, which looks cool. And then this thing is just the same usual material. Okay. Huh, is there something? Oh, the center. Okay. Nice. Whoops, nope, that's not the right one. There you go. There you go. Okay. Then if we apply this, cool. So it's almost there. The only thing that's missing is that we need to make the hit one. So the hit one is also a prefab. This is the hit particle. And so if we go inside, you can see there's two particle systems. There you go. So that's just as easy as replacing that first one with this thing, right? And then the second one, just replace it with the first ice material, because it's just normal circles. Oop. Huh, there's something wrong on the trail, because probably the material from the trail also has to be ice. Oh, there you go. See, color over trail should be white. Nice. That looks pretty cool already. So we can apply it to the prefab. What's your second channel? I don't have a second channel yet. Yeah, the only thing it's missing is that, wow, okay, that circle emission that goes after everything. I'm not sure what it is though. I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie. Is this the circle after? Yeah, it probably is. Okay. And once that's done, we got that. There you go. Oh no, the after one is still looking like it's red. Why? I wonder. So prefabs. Oh, it's because it's a prefab. Okay. Okay. That was the last bit for us to transform the fire arrow into the ice arrow. That was pretty cool. There you go. So you see when I'm holding the aim, I also have like stretched lines. Let me just use the mouse. So stretch the lines round. It's just the same thing as I did on the first, but you know, just smaller. But yeah, this looks like a pretty cool ice arrow. Honestly, like, I do want to make like the other elemental arrows. Even the Asian arrow would be cool, because it has like a pretty cool effect, but it's very shader dependent. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and answer some more questions. Why not? So Kotia asks, hello, what happened to Rocket Sox and Martial Strike game? Is it still in development? Yeah, it is still in development. It's very slow though, not gonna lie. Just because like it's just me and my friend, right? And we're very busy. We're currently very busy, but we want to find some time to finish it. We both have full-time jobs other than what we like. Other than Mix and Jam, I have a full-time job, so it's hard to like do a lot of stuff at the same time. But I definitely want to find some time to finish that. But thank you so much for asking. Do they speak English in Brazil? I'm from Europe and I wish my English sounded this good. Oh my god, thank you so much. That's so sweet. You know, we learn English on Brazilian schools. It's like second language in every school, in every major school. But thank you so much. Yeah. I do try my best to practice English and sound as like you know, just standard, just without a super accent, just because you know, I enjoy English a lot. Did you go to an art school? Would I call that an art school? I just went to university and I studied and I graduated on design. I also did like a 1 year thing on art university. If you would call that in New York. Let me just check out some of my stats here, cause you know I have to check that out real quick. Okay, so guys, everyone watching actually. So, you know, like I said before, I have been in love with how the channel has been growing and everything has been pretty cool lately. And, you know, I just saw today that we are at, let me just show you this. Yeah, 49,100. I mean, we're almost at the 50K mark. And honestly, like, this is so great. I just want to thank you all for this. This is amazing. This is a very weird drawing right here. It's like, but you know, like, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, because you know you could always like check out what I'm working next, and you could always check it out. But like, if you have friends that like game development and you think that they would like the idea of the channel, of course, it would help me a lot. And if we reach that 50K mark, it's just gonna blow my mind, honestly, because you know, like, I never thought this content would be like people would appreciate it. And I really like, oh, it's going up already. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I mean, like, if you can, like, you know, I know a lot of people that don't like to do that, and I understand, but if you can share on Twitter, right, share the channel on Twitter. You can use like hashtag mix and jam. You can talk about the channel, and you can share with friends that, you know, like game development and everything else. This person says, you deserve 1 million. Thank you so much. I don't even think I deserve this thing, honestly, man, but I'm glad you said that. Thank you so much. It means too much to me. Oh, it's going up. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, but yeah, other than that, the cool thing is also another thing that's been growing great with the channel is the Patreon, right? I have a lot of lovely Patreons right now. They are really the best. They suggest video ideas. They like help me out with like managing the Discord server and everything. And they're just, you know, pretty cool to hang out. And like, of course, if you can, and if you ever consider to, you could help Mix and Jam on Patreon, which on Patreon, depending on the amount you pledge, you could like vote on polls for next videos. You could get your name shown off in the credits or everything. But yeah, let's answer some more questions. Hey, I binge watched. That's pretty cool. Like, I've recently learned the meaning of binge watching, because I saw someone said it first. I was like, what does that mean? And I had to Google that up. But yeah, I binge watched all your videos recently. Probably why YouTube put the stream in front of me. I didn't even know I wasn't subscribed yet. Oh, you weren't subscribed, and you subscribed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Mr. Potato says, seriously underrated channel. This is one of the more unique things I've seen on YouTube. Man, you guys gonna make me cry, honestly. This is so great. This is so sweet. How do you usually set up the post-processing script? Is it default on Unity? Okay, that's a good question. So for the Zelda project, this is like 2018, and it was different back then. What you had to do is that you had to install the package manager. You had to install, you had to go to the asset store and then download post-processing. And after you did that, you had to go to camera and then add a post-processing behavior. This one I'm highlighting right here. And then you had to create a post-processing asset file. And then on this file, you can set all the post-processing properties. So here you go, like, this is the bloom. It's like a crazy bloom. Yeah. Motion blur. Oh, it didn't have motion blur? Let's see how it looks with motion blur. Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. Ah, man, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah, I probably need to turn that a little bit down. It just looks very weird. But it's also cool. Yeah. Okay. What else? Do you know Marshall McKee? Isn't the guy that makes sound design? I think. If that's the one I'm thinking, his channel is pretty cool. Everyone should check it out. If you have any interest, or I mean, I don't even understand that much about sound design, but just watching the content is pretty cool. Do you have any plan to release a beginner series? Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be honestly cool. I am honestly looking into that possibility because I've seen that a lot of people request that. So yeah. Do you save the chat live stream on your channel? I will save it, and someone just gave me the idea because I didn't want it to make the video public just because it will, like, you know, I like to keep the main tagline videos on the main page, and somebody suggested to make the unlisted videos and do a playlist for the live videos. So that's what I'm gonna do. After this is done and after the video is processed, I'll do the first remix, which was Mario Odyssey, and this remix, which is Breath of the Wild, and I'll just put it on a playlist. And then someone is asking, someone is saying this channel is 10 out of 10, needs much more love. Thank you so much. It already has a lot of love. Thank you guys so much. Of course, the more the better. Of course, yeah, sure. Do you use 2018.3.5 for all your projects? I do not. I always update Unity, like, for Mix and Jam, just so like I can get onto new features, and if necessary I can talk about like new features on Unity, because I'm always excited to show new stuff. What's something new? Like I think timeline is new, right? Like 2018 in front, so like all of those things like timeline that are like showing up, I always want to update. So if you guys wonder like what version of Unity is a project being made on GitHub, there's like, you can go to a folder on the source files, you can go to like project version, and you can just check it out. I do all the projects in different versions just because like flexibility. If you take a look at my desktop, I have a lot of like shader graph also, yeah, of course. And then yeah, I also like to, but yeah, keep it up. Yeah, this is post-processing 1. Post-processing 2 was different. If you ever want me to show that, I'll show you that. You should do something about Cyberpunk. It's so hyped today. I should, when it releases, because one of the most important aspects about projects in for Mix and Jam is that I have to, I don't have to, but I like to play the games, because then I get a better understanding on how things work, and I can slow motion just like check it out myself. Like you know, I played Kingdom Hearts recently, and that's mostly the reason why I did the video. Any plans for Crash Bandicoot Team Racing, the triple nitro boost? Any other question? Do you have another question? Do you have plans to make a video game by your own? Diego asks. Thank you for your question. Crash Bandicoot. I do want to make something on a kart racing game, like Mario Kart, Crash Bandicoot Team Racing. So yeah, probably soon. I don't know. Like, there's so much things I can work on, and I would like to thank my Patreons for their help when coming to like voting on what they want to see on the next videos, and maybe I'll make an extra public pool on the YouTube community thing, just so you guys can like hit up ideas. Yeah, absolutely awesome channel. Your channel reminds me of him. Just stupidly high quality content. Thank you so much. Yeah, his content is so great. I like it a lot, and I enjoy it. Like, I don't understand a lot of sound design, but it definitely is pretty cool. Will you add movement to? What do you mean by will I add movement? You mean like this prototype here? I can go over the code if you really want to. But yeah, I don't want the stream to be like all code. I like when things are more visual and they're more easy to understand. But yeah, I can go through this code. One thing I like to do on my scripts is that I like to do like headers, as you can see here, just so it looks very organized. Not only headers, but spaces. You have a space right here, a space right here. Do you make all your mix and jams just from visual references? Yeah. I mean, And I also try to look if other people did it, right? Because if other people did it and they do a tutorial, for instance, on the God of War video, I was like, okay, I want to do this, and I just did it from visual reference, and then I saw that what was his name? Yeah, Omar. Omar did a video on axe throw, and then I referenced him on the video, literally to like the axe pull, when the axe comes back. I used his video as a reference too, but mostly is just visual reference. And then there's some Russian text. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to read Russian. Would you do a video on player movement? I think the Celeste video is pretty cool on that. Like, but I will make some other. Because one thing I want to do eventually is a 3D character platformer, something like Mario Odyssey or Mario 64. And I'll definitely want to do something like that in the future. There's so much possibilities right now, and I'm trying my best to like deliver videos in an interesting pace. Let's see the subscriber count. Oh, there you go. Oh my god, thank you so much. Again, honestly, thank you guys. Yeah, if we reach the 50K mark, you know, I'm gonna be just the most happy person alive, honestly, because you guys are all breathtaking, honestly. And then maybe I'll do some sort of giveaway or something. I don't even know what I would give away, but you know, for you all, that'd be awesome. Can you show the code for a second? I will. Will you do the Tutween tutorial soon? That's a good idea. I can start a new video series. So the problem right now with that is that since I have a full-time job other than this, so I don't have a lot of time for, you know, other contents besides from the, you know, but hopefully if I can, you know, work with Mix and Jam longer and dedicate more time to it, I'll do more like side series. Not only remix, which we're doing right now, we could do like more basic stuff like Tutween, particle systems, and you know, not live streams where I just talk, and you know, just like Mix and Jam videos were like, they're very short and they're very useful, and you know, that kind of things. But yeah, I can show the code for a second. It's gonna, you know, like always, Visual Studio is gonna take, you know, it's gonna take a while to open because that's just what Visual Studio does. I work, so what's my current job? Broken Puzzle asks. I work as a game designer / developer in a educational games company. So I work, like, they have products that they're porting to Unity, so I'm helping them out with that, you know. But yeah, currently that's what I'm doing. Do you want to still making the kind of videos that you have been uploading to your channel, or in the future you're thinking to make? Yeah, like I said, I think I want to, of course I want to make other stuff. In the future we'll have the Mix and Game Jam, right? And then of course one of the videos is gonna be me and some friends, or maybe people on Patreon, just like evaluating those Game Jam projects, and then we can take a look at them, and then we can talk about them, and you know. What else we got? Do you have a plan to make a series about mobile games in Unity using these techniques that you're using? Oh, huh? Like I feel like that's so specific. Like you could port a lot of stuff to mobile. So, but that's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. I noticed that most, if not all, of your videos have such cheery background chiptune music. Oh, sorry, that question went up. Cheery music. Do you make the music yourself, or is it imported? No, most of the music I use on Mix and Jam videos, most of them, not all of them, but most of them are made by this YouTube user called Bulby. He does 8-bit remixes for games, just video game music. But the music from the start, Mix and Jam, the jingle, and also like a little song that plays while I'm saying like it's a game development experiment channel, I did that. I try sometimes to fizzle around with music, but yeah. This is my script for the movement. So, like I said before, I like using headers and spaces to make code more organized and just organize So when you use header, for instance here, this is how it looks in Unity, right? Bow here, and then you got arrow, parameters, particles. So the code here is just like when I press the mouse or release the mouse, right? If I press it or release it, I go through this camera zoom function, right? Yeah. So the camera zoom function receives a bunch of parameters, and then I'm using a lot of like do tween stuff to like zoom in, right? Can you see like do field of view and do local move? So that's the idea, that basically the camera is gonna do move and then, you know, zoom in and out based on like what I'm sending. So camera zoom is just like depends on if I'm pressing down or up. So the camera zoom, let's turn off maximize. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll show you guys the YouTube channel of Bulby. So this is a camera. I can just show you how the camera works. There you go. The camera is a child of the character, and so like that camera zoom function just does that. You know, it changes the field of view, which is this parameter right here, and it also changes the Z position to zoom in and out. So it just goes like whoop, whoop. And I use do tween for that. I'll just go into Bulby's channel. There you go. This is Bulby. It's with a U, Bulby. And we can play one of these songs on the background because I really love this guy, and I want you guys to check it out. Let's play, I don't know, something like this one. It's gonna play in the middle of it. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Bulby. Subscribe to Bulby. And also, if you aren't subscribed, subscribe to Mix and Jam. Here's the, and if we reach 50K, that's gonna be awesome, awesome. Love you guys. Oops. Let me see if I can just turn this a little bit lower. So yo, what's up, Andre? It's Paul from your old. Hey Paul. Hey man. Oh my god, it's been such a long time. How are you doing? Love the channel, bro. Keep it up. Thank you, man. I love your recent game you just did, the mobile game. That was pretty cool. How you been doing, man? Do you know a nice studio in Minas Gerais? In Minas Gerais? I don't think I do. I'll have to turn this music a little bit lower because I can't concentrate so much. Okay. Almost unhearable. No, I don't. I do know some studios in Brasilia and São Paulo, but I don't, yeah. Which was your favorite game growing up? Oh man, so many games. Smash Brothers is one, like one that's particularly like. That's why I was so hyped for E3, honestly. And then another game I grew up playing was Banjo-Kazooie. So Nintendo's E3 was insane for me because of that. It was just wild because Banjo-Kazooie on Smash Brothers, like two things I love, and it's just great. Honestly, I love Sakurai's game design philosophy, and the game as a whole is very fun. I feel like it's a pretty balanced fighting game, Smash Brothers. Harry says, hey man, how you doing? Are you doing great? I saw your Overwatch video that had some cool shader stuff. Do you know any beginner reference for shaders? Yes, making stuff look good in Unity. It's a pretty cool channel for that. We'll just go like making stuff. Oops, I got it all wrong. Making stuff look good in Unity. This channel right here, it's pretty cool. It does a lot of like study cases from other games. He has like shaders 101, shaders 102. He focuses mostly on like code shader, but you know, you can also watch some Brackett's videos to learn from shader graph. But making stuff look good in video games is also an awesome channel. Yeah, cool. Is there anything else you guys want to see from the Unity project? Something particle related or something controller related or anything in general, I can just check it out really quick. Cause yeah, we've been going to the stream for a while, and we can. I intend them to be 1 hour, so I won't be here long. So, but it was pretty cool. Like, I love the suggestion of trying to make the fire arrow transform into the ice arrow, and it already looks pretty cool. I just don't love this motion blur we did on a post processing, so I'm just gonna change that. I wonder like if I screwed up the settings or if it's just like that. Okay. Okay, now I love it. Looks pretty cool. Like I've watched the fire arrow thing so much that I feel like this also looks pretty cool now. Like sometimes even better than the fire one. What's your favorite arrow from Breath of the Wild? Is it the fire arrow? Is it the ice arrow? Is it the shock arrow? Or is it the ancient arrow? Or the bomb arrow? Let me know if you play Breath of the Wild, or if you could. I mean, if you just watch it. I'll just pause really quick to like see some other stuff right here on my computer. The butt arrow, 14-hour lunch break. Yes, the butt arrow is definitely the best part of the game. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. How are you doing, 14-hour lunch break? I hope you're having a good night. I prefer Horizon Zero Dawn arrows. Oh, yeah, I've been playing that recently. I got it with like the PS4 bundle, so I haven't played it much yet because I played God of War first and then Shadow of the Colossus, but I'm going to play that game. Do I archive these streams? Yeah, I didn't want to make them public. I wanted to make them unlisted, but someone gave me the idea of making a playlist with unlisted videos, because I have the other remix too, and I'll make that for sure. That's a pretty good idea. Excited about Grant doing the soundtrack for Banjo. Of course. The man is just a genius. He's awesome, for sure. That's a good point. Who said that? I'm curious, what would be your approach for playing sounds in something like this? Oh, that'd be a great idea for sure. I don't think I have like much longer now, but my approach for this would be, if something is using a prefab instantiation, for instance, for instance when the arrow is thrown, I usually just attach an audio source to the prefab and just do play and awake, because it will play immediately when it spawns. But I don't know if that's the best way. If any of you guys know best practices to, to playing audio, I would love to hear anything. Or if you guys have any articles or any videos on that, I would love to check that out, because I never went super deep into sound. I do like to use the audio mixer, and that's something I discovered recently, which is pretty cool, that you can mix out like audios from SFX, because I always wondered how people did, like, when you have a game settings and then people do like music volume and then SFX volume, and so like the audio mixer in Unity is something you can use for that, for sure. Yep. Oh my god, Arnav Shanghavi. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Thank you so much for your donation. Oh my god, I don't even know what currency is that, but thank you so much. That's so sweet. It means so much that you get out of the way to do this. So you're saying, love your videos, bro. Keep going. Man, thank you so much. Like, people like you all, make me want to move on. Because I do have a lot of anxiety. And, like, when it comes to, like, game development. And, like, with the channel as well. But it's also wonderful to see that people, like, go out of the way to say they like the channel and to, incentive me to keep going. So that's just lovely. Kumasuna, you just got the notification? What do you mean? Come on. We've been here for a while. But hey, Kuma is one of our Patreons. Is that how you say it? Patrons. Anyways, he's a very cool guy, and he's probably one of the greatest and most organized D&D game masters ever. Dungeon master, whatever you want to call that. It's in Indian rupees, is it? That's a pretty cool symbol. I do love it. It looks like, I don't know. It's pretty cool. Thank you so much, though. Hi from hello to India, I guess. Anyone who's watching it. Let's say, okay, so Guy asks, let's say I want to build a Devil May Cry game. I know, tall order. Yeah, it is tall order. How would you go about making the attacks? Like, what would be the most effective way to build a reusable and editable attack? That is a good question. So I'm thinking, like the best way of doing attack, right, is focusing a lot on your animation, and so activating and deactivating the box collisions or anything you want to use as collisions on the animator to really know when you're supposed to hit. And I think that one way you can make things very usable, you could build scriptable objects, because that's a really easy way to like manage stuff, and then you can easily add stuff and then create an inventory system for your game, which is like you have these skills on your list, but you only unlock them as you buy them, like in all the games that you acquire skills. But yeah, I hope that answered it. I'm not really good with that, honestly. I would love to make a Devil May Cry game too, or a mechanic. I feel like it's very complicated. I would love to tackle that, just experiment. Then Broken Puzzle asks, why didn't you use raycasting for the Kingdom? Oh, why didn't I use raycast? Yeah, I mean, raycast is pretty cool. The cool thing, like, I mostly use colliders because of simplicity, right? So for instance, like this guy, right? If I create a box collider right here, right? So with raycast, you're using code and everything, but with like box collider, I can just press on this little button here, and then I can edit the collider really easily. So that's just for like, it's just preference for simplicity at that point, since it was just a prototype, because then I can easily change the size of it, and if I wasn't satisfied with it, or maybe the length wasn't good enough, I would just like increase the length. It's just all very visual. I like things that are more visual than code based, because you know, you could always make gizmos to view your raycast results, but of course that, like, if you're prototyping, sometimes you just want to make it work fast. I don't even know if that's the best practice for like detecting collisions, but you know, I use raycast in other projects such as the Red Dead Redemption project, and yeah. Hey, will this video be available tomorrow? It will. Someone gave me the idea to make this video unlisted, so it doesn't, like, it's not in the mainstream video list, but I will make a playlist with all the live, because there's another live also. What else? People don't want to see Genius Day making complicated stuff in 5 minutes, man. Seeing the process is what's special about your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Yeah, I mean, I try not to do complicated things, because I always, you know, I try my best to inspire people to either start using Unity or get back to Unity or practice more Unity. So it has to be that, like, that sweet little like, you know, short burst of information and knowledge. And I hope I'm doing a good job at like sharing knowledge with the community, or just entertainment, you know. Yeah. There's a lot of questions, but of course, first you have Kostya Bunsberry with what's that currency also? I don't know, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Oh my god. You guys are gonna make me push. It's so cool that you don't have to be related to game dev to watch any of your videos. Love your channel. Keep going. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, that's one of the main goals I try to achieve when making these videos, is that it's something that's, you know, enough for people that are already into game development, people that have interest, or people that don't want to get into all. I got inspired from that content from other like videos I saw on 3D models, videos on sound design that I did not understand a lot, but they're all like, they're pretty interesting. So if like I hope I'm I thank you so much for saying that, because I hope I'm doing a good job at like synthesizing content in a way that's interesting for, you know, as many people as possible. Because, you know, I hope there's a bunch of people out there that they want to make game design. Like one day I was very scared about game development, game design, and then, you know, I hope this kind of takes off a little bit of that fear. That's Russian Rebels. Man, that's so cool. That's so cool. Where are you from, though? I'm from Brazil. Hi, everyone from Brazil watching. Yeah, I'll have to finish the stream pretty soon. I can keep going a little bit longer, but yeah. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Harry. Any more shader collab? Oh! You're Harry from Twitter, man. Oh my god, man. Harry, how are you doing? Great to see you here, man. Okay, guys. So I'll go into Harry's Twitter because it's important. But before I go into Harry's Twitter, I'll another 100. How do you call that? I'll just check it out really quick. Russian Rebels from Curious Pears, I guess. Thank you so much for your donation, man. Keep up the great work. Cheers. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoy the channel, the content. I don't even know how much. You know, doesn't really matter. Like it's just I'm just curious to know how much Russian rebels. Yeah, I have to show Harry's Twitter first. Really quick. So, Harry is the guy that helped me on the Overwatch video. And he's pretty cool. He has a blog for shaded development. I think he also focuses a lot on like code shaders, but but it's still pretty awesome content. And like you could literally just follow him just to check out like the awesome effects he does. So it's pretty cool. I'm entering Twitter right now, so you can check it out. By the way, if you have Twitter and if you want to follow me, I'll show you my Twitter handle. So this is Harry. So this is his Twitter, and as you can see here, he does pretty cool stuff. There you go. Look at this, man. This is so crazy. Yeah, and there you go. He was featured on this Twitter too, and this effect is pretty cool. Check out his Twitter. He's pretty cool. Oh, and by the way, this is my Twitter handle at Andre_MC. If you guys want to follow me there, that'd be pretty cool too. I'm just gonna throw that window back where it belongs. Yeah. Okay, guys, I have to finish the stream really quick. But of course, if you guys want to finish with one more question about the Breath of the Wild project, I'm just gonna play with it while I answer some questions, because I do love the feel of it, like just infinite. Like one of the things you like that you want more is like infinite arrows. You have it on the Mix and Jam project, just infinite ice arrows. So what else we have here? If I tried Godot, you mean the game engine? I did not, and I do want to try it. I'm looking for more time that I'm looking to have more time to try that out. You're doing well. It's a shame you didn't join. It's not a shame. It's okay. You can join whenever. I'm happy you joined, so I can tell about you, tell people about you. So Angad says, Angad? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hey, watch your Kingdom Hearts video. It was very cool. I was curious to know how you were able to create those aim lock UI appearing smoothly following the targets. Do you use Doozy UI or something similar? No, for the follow, it doesn't have any lerp. The follow is literally just, it's the same position as the target. But the shrinking thing, I just used like, the rect transform on the UI. You just like, I just shrink it down to like all the images that are anchored on the corners and stuff. I use DoTween for that. I'll just type it down on the chat, DoTween, because I'm a pretty big DoTween evangelist, if you could call that so. is Dutween. But thank you for your question. So Tofai says, I lived in Brazil when I was younger. Now I'm France. Have you ever been to France? I did not. I never been to France, and I wish, but I will someday, because I would love to visit, you know, Paris or just other cities. I had a friend that went to was it Paris? I don't remember. But yeah, he says lovely things about France. Thank you so much for your stream. It was awesome to see your lovely face as Moki Sniper. Thank you so much. It's so unfortunate I can't see your lovely face, but thank you so much. Yeah. Cool videos. Idea for a video. The line drawing mechanic. The Witness. That's a cool idea. I will write that down. Do you use Unreal? No, I don't use it in a regular basis. I tried it once. But of course, I learned a lot more about Unity over the past years, and that's why I use it. Guys, I'm almost finishing my stream. Of course, let's just check out... oh, I lost the live count. There you go. Here. So, of course, like, the channel has already been super great. The amount of people that join, it's so good. But of course, if you are watching this and you're not subscribed yet, it would help me a lot to if you could subscribe to the channel, and you know, and if we reach the 50K mark, I'm gonna be the happiest person alive. I can even do like some sort of like stream just in celebration for that, where I can answer all the questions and I can like take suggestions and everything. So yeah, if you're not subscribed yet, and you know, if you know anyone like into game development and you want to share the video, that'd be awesome if you could do that. So it already has been up since the stream, so thank you. Oh, I just lost a subscriber. Thank you. It doesn't like it doesn't it's not bad. What else I was gonna say? I can go back to that screen, which is this screen, and of course talk a little bit about my Patreon. If you want to help the channel grow, I have a lot of people, sweet people on Patreon already helping me out. They suggest with videos, they give me feedback, they talk to me directly, and they even like they have a lot of questions when it comes to game development or even the videos. So you know, they get a chance to talk to me, and it's pretty cool. Of course, like the videos are always free; they will always be free. But if you can, and you know, if you would and you could consider to help me out on Patreon. Help Mix and Jam out. I'm almost done. I'm just gonna answer last questions, but you have a bunch of Brazilian friends in Paris and Rennes. Maybe I know some of your friends. That's gonna be tough because Brazil is pretty big, a big country, and most of my friends that live there was just for 1 year. Here's another video idea: 10 small things you can do with Dutween. That's awesome. Of course, when the channel grows up a little bit more and I have more time to dedicate to it, I want to make a side series where I just do more basic stuff like Dutween, particle, inspector, you know, scriptable objects. Flavio says, first João asks where I'm from. I'm from Brazil, and I'm supposing by your name that you're also Brazilian. So, oi João. Flavio asks, would you consider making a Spider-Man swinging mechanic? A lot of people ask me that. That's super hard. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty hard. I want to make that so bad. So every time I see someone commenting that, I try to like study, like watch a YouTube video or a GDC talk on how people did that. So maybe one day when I'm better, when I'm better at code or better at just like Unity or anything else, maybe one day that will happen, because that's definitely something people want to. What else? Bouncy Night says, Chucks, I missed the stream. Oh man, don't worry, I'll archive it and make it available on a playlist. I'm just gonna create a playlist for all the remixes. Kuma says, see you on Discord. See you on Discord. Again, if you don't know, Kuma is one of my lovely patrons, and you know, so shout out to Kuma. Yeah, I'm looking forward for more streams. Thank you Thank you so much. I'm just, I don't even know how to speak anymore. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll be ending this stream now. I'm just gonna play a little bit more while this is over, and feel free to reach me out on Twitter if you have any questions. And like, what else? Keep your eye out for Mix and Jam, because I'm trying my best to keep the timing on the videos consistent, and we can always work on cool projects, and always keep suggesting ideas, because yeah, of course I get a lot of suggestions nowadays, but I always read the comments, and if something ever pops out that it's super cool and I feel like that I have enough skills to do it, I'll do it. And Patreons will be able to give their feedback and talk closely to me, and even like watch early access or whatever. And so it's pretty cool. If you ever were to host a game jam, I would call it Mix and Game Jam. Mix and Jam. I would call it a Mix and Game Jam. Just like put in the logo, just like stick out a big like a big like game in the middle of like and jam. That'd be great. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching the stream. I'll be leaving right now, and my city's just started raining like crazy, so I probably have to like fix things and close all the windows. But yeah, I'll just play some music so that it's not over, so we can chat a little bit on the chat. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone that has been watching, and like yeah, I look forward to see you all in other remixes. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I will be replying a little bit more comments, like actually typing down. So thank you so much for watching, and I see you guys in the next streams or the next Mix and Jam videos. I love you all. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Oops, that's me again. That wasn't a bye.